Good morning, TK, and happy Tuesday. We're going to get started with some reading today. So, as you know, we have started a new story called Tug of War. So we're going to be talking about some of our unit concepts for this story. So let's begin with our objective. Objective is what we are going to learn. I can show that I know what above and below mean. Okay, so let's think about above and below. We have on our concept board here, actually our color is orange, so I'm going to get an orange crayon. Okay, so let's think about above and below. So our color for this unit is orange, and I see on our board here, we have some shapes up here. What are those shapes called? They're called arrows. They are called arrows. Now, two of my arrows are pointing up. These are going to be showing us above. So I'm tracing my arrow here with orange. They're going to be showing us above. So when we see an arrow pointing up, it's pointing above. Now we also have an arrow pointing down. That's going to be showing us below, or down. So let's look at our picture here. Where is this picture? Where do you think it is? Where is it showing us? Maybe the jungle? Remember, the setting of our story is in Africa, in the jungle. There are a lot of animals here. Let's see if we can name these animals. So what animals do you see in this picture? I see a zebra, and I see a monkey. I see an elephant. I see a turtle way down here in the grass. I see a hippo, a parrot, a lion. So there are a lot of animals here. We can use our words like above and below to describe where these animals are, to show where they are in the picture. So I see that the monkey is above the elephant. See, he's hanging above him. So I'm going to draw an up arrow by the monkey. Kind of hard to see here. I'm going to bring you guys a little bit closer so you can see. I'm going to draw an up arrow by the monkey because he is above the elephant. What about the parrot? How could we use above or below to talk about the parrot? We could say that the parrot is above the lion and the hippo. So I'm going to draw an up arrow also by the parrot because he is above the lion and the hippo. What about the elephant? How could we use above or below to talk about the elephant? We could say that the elephant is below the monkey. So because I'm saying below, I'm drawing a down arrow by the elephant because he is below the monkey. What about one more? The hippo. How could we use above or below to talk about the hippo? We could say that the hippo is below the parrot. He is below the parrot. So I'm going to draw a down arrow by my hippo. Now there are some other details that I want to point out in this picture. Here we have two huts. One of them has a really wide door. The other one has a very thin door. Wide and thin are also going to be some concepts that we're going to talk about this unit. So think about, this is a very wide door. It's much bigger. And then we have a very thin door. It's much skinnier. So let's think about some of the wider or thinner animals that we see on this page. Which animals are wide? Maybe the hippo or the elephant? And which animals are much thinner? maybe the monkey or the parrot. So we can talk about wide or thin with our animals, or we could talk about the doors. I see some wide and thin trees. Which tree is wider? This tree is much wider than this tree. This tree is much thinner. So those are going to be things that we're going to keep talking about this unit. Now today, remember, our objective is to show that we know above and below. So our job today is going to be to make a river. Now all of you have a page that looks like this in your packet. And if you notice, this page was folded this way or this way. What I need you to do is open it up, and you're going to have it with a line here, a horizontal line in the middle. And if you notice, we could have something above the line or below the line. Above the line or below the line. We're going to pretend that this is a river. And we want to think about what goes above the river and what goes below the river. You also have a page in your packet that has dotted lines and some animals and some other objects in it, like a sun, a tree, a cloud, a crab, a bird, a fish. Your job is going to be to color those pictures in and then decide what would go above the river and what would go below the river. And that's going to show me that you know above and below, just like our objective. So we talked about above and below. Now your job is going to be to show me using your river picture and the objects that you color in and cut and glue into either above the river or below the river. All right, you guys, so go ahead and make your rivers and take a picture of them, submit them to me, and we will continue talking about our unit concepts and about tug of war this week. Okay, good luck!